An iron smelting site believed to belong to the Iron Age was recently discovered in Ile-Ife, Osun State. The archaeologist who made the discovery says this is proof that the ancient city is the cradle of Yoruba civilization. Veronica Danikboy reports.
History is said to be a whole series of past events connected to a particular group of people. And in the quest to connect to his past and deconstruct the history of the people, Professor Adisa Ogunfolakon led a team of archaeologists to unearth this iron smelting site in Ile-Ife, Osun State.
Before the arrival of the Europeans, we have our technology. We have our way of life. Ife itself is an antiquity. There's nowhere you enter in Ife that you can't get any cultural materials. And we need to document this. We need to look at this so as to reconstruct our history.
After a geophysical survey and 2 weeks of excavating layers of earth from 2 pits with different excavating tools, iron slats, burnt pipes, also known as tuera fragments, were discovered at the site.
Our father, they smelted iron. And when you look at this site, the preliminary investigation has shown that it is really an ancient site because the furnace they use in smelting it, the technology is one of the early iron technology in Africa. So I was so excited when I saw this. Some of this.
For over 30 years, Professor Ogunfolakon says he has been researching into the history of Ile-Ife, visiting construction sites, and this discovery for him is groundbreaking.
Till now, we are yet to get the age of Ife. Till now, we are yet to research into the real technology of Ife. I mean, look at the famous Olokun hairs in Ife, the bronze hairs in Ife. When Leo Frobinus came here in 1910, he was saying that, you know, he did not believe that the Africans can do that because they have precision on that head.
Although the source of the iron ore is yet unknown, archaeologists who are part of the team are concerned with dating the discoveries, which they say is a major constraint to the work being done.
The end product of archaeology is more or less history. We want to write something about the cultural history of the people, but it must be put in proper temporal context. So that's where the issue of chronologic comes in. So we collect samples for dating purposes. Unfortunately, in the West African sub-region, we don't have a dating lab. It's capital intensive because if you want to date a charcoal sample, if you want, depends on the time frame within which you want your date. If you want a date between 24 hours, that's $1,000.
On a tour of the site, the Oni of Ife believes this discovery made on the land of his fathers is a testament to the city being the cradle of civilization.
And my surname is Ogunwusi. Ogun means a blacksmith. And that has been what we do in our family. And it's very evident now. I am very excited because it's displayed what my ancestors have been doing for many years. This will actually prove to the world that indeed civilization truly started from us.
As a custodian of the Yoruba culture, Oba Ogunwusi says this is an achievement he is willing to preserve for the generation yet unborn.
This is a very good platform to start to date the kingdom of Ife. What we have discovered here is a big achievement. A lot of people might not understand the multiply effect in terms of positive thought process for even the generation yet unborn. So we're going to build a monument and keep all these things for researchers all over the world to come to discover the Iron Age technology and the breakthrough of industrial park, industrial zone for iron technology for so many years.
Ile-Ife is known for its ancient bronze, stone and terracotta sculpture dating back 1200 to 1400 AD, when artists were said to have developed a refined sculptural tradition believed to have been created under the patronage of the Yoruba patron deity of brass casting, King Obalufon II. But what does this recent discovery mean for the present generation? The answer may just wait a little longer for research to be completed. Veronica Danikboy, TVC News.
If it is true that Yoruba people come from Mecca or Arab, where do they get their language from? Where do they get their costume? This type of dress I'm wearing.
Kíní kan ni mo mọ̀ tó dá mi lójú jọjọ. Mọ̀ pé tẹ́ máa fi fídíò tán ẹ máa mọ̀ pé Elédùmarè ṣàṣìṣe tó dá àwa Yorùbá síbi tí àwa yìí. Oríṣiríṣi ìtàn àròkọ àti àròsọ ni àwọn èèyàn máa ń sọ nípa bí Yorùbá ṣe dé ibi tí àwa yìí. Tí a mọ̀ sí Southwest Nigeria. Ibi tí Yorùbá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní Ile-Ife tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn sì gbà pé ibẹ̀ ni Yorùbá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lóòótọ́. Báwo la wá ṣe dé Ile-Ife? Òun ni ìbéèrè tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn máa ń béèrè. Bá a ṣe dé Ile-Ife náà ni nǹkan tá a fẹ́ sọ lénìí. Kò dẹ́n ṣe ẹnu mi ilẹ̀ tí máa gbọ́ bí a ṣe dé Ile-Ife. Ẹnu Àràbà Yẹmí Ẹlẹ́bùúbọn ló máa sọ fún wa bí a ṣe dé Ile-Ife. Ìtàn tó gùn ni ṣùgbọ́n ẹ wá nǹkan fìdílé kí a sì bẹ́ sínú ìtàn náà.
Well, according to the Unearthing, the world created by Olodumare, and Olodumare is the one that sent emissary Orunmila and all other Orisha to found the heart. In the beginning, it is believed that there is a water all over the world, no space. When the heart is to be formed, Olodumare sent Oduduwa, the progenitor of Yoruba, and all other divinity, Shango, Obatala, Elegbara, Ogun, Orunmila, to go to the world and appoint them with different ministry. Ogun was in charge of technology, justice. Obatala is an artist of Olodumare. Obatala is the one that molds the hair, all organs of our body. Orisha Oko is the one that established the farming. Elegbara is law enforcement agent. Orunmila is spiritual advisor, is mouthpiece for all these Orisha. They consult Ifa in heaven. And the Unearthing said they will have to offer a chicken with 5 fingers, chameleon, 200 shen, plenty of shant, a sack. All these have been collected. They put everything inside the sack. When it was time for them to arrive, there was no place to land. Water was at everywhere. The shen, 200 shen, they command the shen to stay on the sky. And the descendant, they come down through this shen to land. They threw the sand inside the sack to the water. And they threw the chicken. It was the chicken that spread the sand all over the world. The first person to touch the heart is chameleon. Chameleon, they threw the chameleon. Chameleon was first creator to walk on heart. After that, they discovered it became solid. So they are now come down one by one to form the heart. They say, what name can we give to this town? A place where the land was spread. It's called Ile-Ife. Ile-Ife is called Ile-Ife today.
Ní ìsìn tí ẹ ti mọ nǹkan tí fídíò yìí wà all about. Ẹ jẹ́ wá mi like fídíò yìí ní ìsàlẹ̀. Kò ná yín ní kankan. Ṣùgbọ́n bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bá ṣe like ẹ̀ sí, òun ni YouTube máa ṣe tì jáde fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn láti rí. So like ẹ̀ ń ṣe wá ní favour lórí ìkànnì ẹ̀ ṣe gan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú nínú ètò náà. bàbá ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn máa ń sọ pé Mecca láti wá, kí ni ẹni sọ sí part yẹn?
We do not have that authentic in Ile-Ife, in Odu-Ifa. The story I just told you now came from Oturukpa-Wanifa. It's one of the Odu-Ifa. So if you read a book about Yoruba or Africa or Nigerian Yoruba people, you will learn that some say they come from Sudan, some came from Arab. But the question I used to ask people, if it is true that Yoruba people come from Mecca or Arab, the language that Yoruba people speaking is not Arab. Where do they get their language from? Where do they get their costume? This type of dress I'm wearing, they never wear this. The beat, the music, and the names. Where do they get? Is that similar to what they have in the Arab today? So I do not agree with those who claim that Yoruba people came from Sudan, they came from Arab, they this and that. So we are solely depend on what Ifa say.
ẹ ṣe gidi gan bàbá ṣùgbọ́n ìtàn mìíràn àtọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ lè máa ń sọ pé Ọbàtálá gangan ló yẹ kó dá ilé ayé sílẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n èṣù wá pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n àrékérekè rẹ̀ ó tàn ó sì fún ní ẹnu Ọbàtálá yóò kẹ́rì kò sì lè tẹ̀síwájú pẹ̀lú assignment náà kí lẹ́rí sọ sí ìtàn yìí kó tó di pé Odùduwà gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
We used to have that type of story saying the Oduduwa and Obatala was given the assignment to form the art. That's another faction of the story. I tell you the truth, the one from Odu-Ifa, and Obatala get drunk. Then Oduduwa took the shack from him, and that is why Obatala was in charge of mold the head of the human being, and Oduduwa was the founder of the heart. That's another faction of the story. But the one that we use the pen on is the one from Ile-Ife.
Mo lérò pé ẹ ti mọ̀ báyìí ibi tí Yorùbá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ torí ìtàn tó sọ fún wa gẹ́gẹ́ bọ́n yìí sọ fún wa kò ń ṣe ìtàn àròsọ ìtàn tó wà nínú Odù-Ifá ni wọ́n sì dárúkọ Odù-Ifá náà fún wa. So Yorùbá pọ́nbélé ni wá tó bá yẹ pé ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ yín ní lórí ìkànnì àwọn nǹkan tí a sì máa ń ṣe lórí ìkànnì náà ní nǹkan tí ẹ wò yìí. So ẹ bá mi like fídíò yìí kẹ́ sì subscribe sórí ìkànnì tí ẹ̀yin bá ń gbọ́ èdè tí mò ń sọ dáadáa lẹ́nu kò ní jù báyìí lọ lẹ́nu fídíò mi tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ wò tí mo mọ̀ pé máa gbádùn dáadáa àwọn ló ń jáde ní orí ọwọ́ mi ẹ wò mo sì mọ̀ pé ẹ ní regret pẹ̀ wò ìjẹ́ kó tó dìgbà mi orúkọ tèmi Jọ̀wádé tán bí ẹ̀ ní kẹsàn-án lágbàgbé láti fẹ́ ara rẹ̀.